Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into a story that asks a chilling question. What is the true price of wealth? Imagine having everything you could ever dream of: a sprawling 10-bedroom mansion in the heart of Lagos, cars that gleam under the sun, and a bank account that never runs dry. This is the world of Chuka and Ada, a Nigerian power couple living in the opulent branded estate. But their paradise is built on a terrible secret, a foundation of immense sacrifice. To gain their stupendous wealth, they gave up their only son, Ikin. Now, their magnificent home has become a palace of torment. It's a world where luxury and horror walk hand in hand. An unseen darkness stalks their every move. The story opens on a quiet night, with the pearly gates of branded creaking open. Chuka, a powerful man, stands by his Olympic-sized pool, a glass of Hennessy in hand, but his mind is miles away. He tells his wife, Ada, "Sleeps for men with peace. I don't have that luxury." Ada, elegant but haunted, sees the truth. "Even with all this," she says, "you still look haunted." Chuka's bitter laugh tells her everything. Haunted? Maybe. Blessed? Definitely. Their exchange is heavy with unspoken grief and guilt. They have the world, but they've lost their souls. This isn't just a story about a haunted house. It's about a haunted conscience. While Chuka tries to drown his guilt in his success, Ada is slowly unraveling. We find her in a candlelit prayer room, kneeling before a golden cross, tears streaming down her face as she begs for forgiveness. A picture of their late son, 5-year-old Ikin, sits nearby, his innocent smile a constant, painful reminder of what they've done. As she whispers her desperate prayer, the candles flicker wildly, and the faint, chilling sound of a child's laughter echoes through the room. For a split second, her son's eyes in the photograph seem to glitter with life. Ada freezes, her blood running cold. The supernatural has breached their fortress of wealth. The horror doesn't stop there. The next morning, as dawn breaks, Chuka is out for a jog along his private driveway. He stops dead in his tracks when he sees something impossible. Tiny, wet footprints, unmistakably a child's, leading from the gate toward the pool. His tough exterior cracks as he trembles, following the prints to the water's edge. He stares into the still, blue surface, his heart pounding in his chest. And then he sees it. For a fleeting, horrifying moment, a small hand presses against the water from beneath, as if trying to break through. He whispers his son's name, Ikin, and the glass of water he's holding shatters on the ground. The price of their prosperity was their son's soul, and now, the debt collector has come. What is so compelling about Haunting Shadows is how it masterfully blends psychological terror with supernatural horror. It explores the idea that some bargains are too costly, and that true wealth isn't measured in money, but in peace of mind. Chuka's empire, built on a cursed foundation, is beginning to rot from within. Ada's search for redemption puts her on a collision course with the darkness they invited into their lives. The story isn't just about jump scares. It's about the slow, agonizing decay of two people who traded their humanity for riches. The eerie whispers, the guilt-ridden nightmares, and the ghostly apparitions are all manifestations of their inner torment. The visuals described in the script are absolutely stunning and create an incredible atmosphere. The glittering Lagos skyline contrasted with the suffocating luxury of the mansion, the flickering candles, the phantom footprints. Every detail is designed to immerse you in this world of beautiful decay. The mansion itself becomes a character, a gilded cage, where every marble corridor echoes with loss and every shadow hides a memory they can't escape. It's a visual metaphor for their lives, beautiful on the outside, but rotting from the inside. The story really gets under your skin because it taps into universal fears and moral questions. What would you sacrifice for success? Is any price too high? Haunting Shadows forces us to confront these questions through the tragic lens of Chuka and Ada's story. They are trapped in a nightmare of their own making, and the entity they unleashed is not just after their sanity, but their very souls. It's a classic tale of a deal with the devil, reimagined in a modern, culturally rich setting that makes it feel fresh and deeply unsettling. The pacing seems perfect, starting with a slow burn of psychological dread, before unleashing the full force of the supernatural. The characters are complex and deeply flawed, which makes their plight all the more terrifying. Chuka is a man desperately clinging to the material world he built, even as it crumbles around him. He tries to rationalize, to believe he is blessed, but the fear in his eyes tells a different story. Ada, on the other hand, represents the crumbling conscience of their unholy pact. Her fragility and her desperate search for forgiveness make her a vessel for the story's emotional weight and its supernatural horrors. You can't help but feel a mix of pity and revulsion for them, which is the mark of great storytelling. Ultimately, Haunting Shadows looks like a powerful, thought-provoking thriller that will stay with you long after the credits roll. It's a cautionary tale about greed, guilt, and the ghosts of our past. The haunting isn't just from a spirit, it's from the choices they made. The memory of their son is now a relentless specter, a constant reminder that their fortune is soaked in sorrow. The question isn't whether they can escape the ghost, but whether they can ever escape themselves. I, for one, am completely hooked by this premise and can't wait to see how this chilling story unfolds. What do you all think? Does the price of wealth ever become too high? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your take on this moral dilemma. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the world of great stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.